I've been using the G502 Masterpiece since 2016. This is going to be my long-term review, and by the end of the video you should know if it's worth the upgrade or worth the investment for yourself. What's up everybody, my name is Zach, and here on TechGear I do tech reviews, gear reviews, and some tips and tricks to help you out on your own YouTube journey. If any of that kind of content interests you, be sure to subscribe. Let's get into the video. Now my specific version that I'll be talking about today is the G502's Proteus Spectrum. I've had it since 2016 and it's hard to believe it's been that long already. And actually I bought a renewed regular G502 before that. So the very first G502 I ever bought was used because I didn't even know if I would like it or not. But here I am still using this rendition of the mouse. If you're not familiar with the G502 in general, it's a high performance customizable gaming mouse from Logitech, with a premium build quality, advanced gaming features, and exceptional comfort. The G502 is one of the best selling mice that's ever been. One reason why it remains to be one of the best selling mice is because of the build quality. The build quality is excellent. It's built out of advanced plastics and rubber. It has a really solid body with no flex. There's not any kind of flexing on the mouse itself. And the buttons have a really clicky and satisfying feel. Everything just feels very precise. Here's a quick test to show what the buttons sound like. The G502 also has a braided cable, which kind of helps it be a little bit more rugged and less kinks and less chance of it getting in a bind or anything. So that is a really cool added feature. Now moving forward to one of my favorite features of the G502 series, and that is the ergonomics. This mouse is extremely comfortable. It's kind of like a mid-size right-handed shaped mouse that offers ergonomic support with a thumb grip. If you have larger hands, you can get a claw grip on it, which is the way I kind of like to play when I'm gaming, is to kind of let the mouse move around in between my hands just a little bit. But it is more commonly known for its palm grip. It's extremely comfortable to use. You can lay your hand on there and just rest it on the mouse itself, and it's big enough and it's very comfortable, with all the buttons being in pretty much the perfect spot on the mouse. Now speaking of the buttons, it has 11 programmable buttons. It's got your left and right click. You've got a front and back click on your thumb. You've got also a dedicated sniper button, as everybody likes to say for this mouse. It has DPI shift buttons up and down on the top of the mouse. The scroll wheel has a mouse button feature built into it where you press straight down, and also left and right can be customized. And there is one button right behind the scroll wheel that you can customize to do different things. Let's say open up an application or something. Then there is one hard button on top that is not customizable, and all that does is flip between your different wheel settings. You can have the notched wheel, or you can click it and it unlocks the free scroll wheel, which is my very favorite feature of this Logitech mouse. Now Logitech is known for doing this for a lot of their different mice, and thankfully it's on this model, and it is awesome. If you're ever on web documents or anything of that sort, it is the best scroll wheel you can use, with an exception of the MX Master. That one's really good too. But different, this is a mechanical one, that one is electronic. Real quick, if you're finding value in this video, drop down there and give me a thumbs up. It'd really help me out here on the channel. The G502 also has a customizable weight system with it. This is kind of not as common anymore as it used to be back when this thing was first released. So it allows you to pop the bottom off down here, and you can add different weights inside to customize the weight to fit your liking or your need. And there's, I believe, 6 included weights at like 3.5 grams a piece, and it allows you to dial it in. I use mine with no weights because I'm just used to lighter mice, but I've been using this thing for so long. It is heavier than most modern gaming mice nowadays, but once you use it for so long, you're used to it. I don't have any problems with the weight of this mouse. With this being the Proteus Spectrum version, all the things I talk about in this video are going to apply to all the G502 because the build construction does not change, only the different sensors inside of them. Now this has RGB, which the very first G502 did not have that, so that is a difference as well. But that's more of like a software difference, not necessarily a difference in the build quality or how the mouse is over long periods of time. Now the sensor in the Proteus Spectrum is a 12,000 DPI. You can get higher than that, but I honestly don't see the need in that because you're never going to be using that DPI setting, more than likely. I game at like 400 or 800, so what is 12,000 going to do for me? But there are people out there that probably use it, so it is here if you need that high precision DPI. To touch on the software for the Logitech, I'm a big fan of it. I've been using the Logitech software for longer than any other peripheral software that I've owned or used. And I don't know if I'm just used to it or what, but I think it works very easily for me. It's easy to navigate. It's easy to get to change and make settings on what you want to make settings on. And I do like that if you have, obviously, a Logitech keyboard, your mice, all your peripherals, they're all going to talk to each other through that application. So it's really easy from my experience. Now, to answer the question of the video here, how's it held up since 2016? And for long-term use, this mouse has been honestly excellent. The build quality is still excellent. It's still firm. Everything is still solid. It's a premium product, and you know that when you buy it because of the price tag. The first noticeable spots of wear on my mouse is honestly just on the plastic. The slickness where the buttons are where your fingers ride at all times, so your left and right click, and for me, the bottom right of my palm rides on the back of the mouse, and those are slicked out because of just overall long-term usage. But it doesn't affect how the mouse performs. Everything is still solid and performs like it would brand new. There's just a slight discoloration where the hand rides all the time. As far as the rubber on the grips go all around the mouse, they look unused. I mean, there might just be a little bit of slickness on like the thumb side because I like the claw grip for playing. So my thumb kind of has a little bit more pressure right there holding the mouse. I'm sure that if you put two side by side, you would not be able to tell that much of a big difference. And the rubber still feels the same as it did when it was new. Looking at the bottom of the mouse, it's a little slick down here too. So the thing has factory feet that come, I guess, glued to the bottom. And they seem to be pretty slick on my model. It's been on a mouse pad its whole life, so it's just normal wear. Now this is something that can be fixed. You can order different feet for this style mouse on Amazon or anywhere, and kind of renew the bottom of it and give it a little different slide texture if you're looking to put on different surfaces or, you know, try out a different feel. That is an option, but mine seem to be fairly slick on the bottom for how old it is. And another thing on the cable right here, right when it comes out of the mouse, it's frayed just a little bit. Other than that, the cable is in excellent shape. It does kind of hold a shape fairly decent. It's not like a rubber band. It's not that flexible. It kind of does keep a little bit of character. It's not completely straight, so I wished it was a little bit more flexible. Would I recommend this mouse after 6 to 8 years of use? Yeah, it's excellent. I mean, it really blows my mind that it's just in this kind of shape after I've used it every day. It's been hooked up to my desktop basically since day one. Now, if I tried other mice on the computer, I would slide this to the back. It would remain plugged in. I just wouldn't use it, and I would test another one. But this has been my daily driver since I bought it in 2016. I would highly recommend it. It's pretty much the best bang for your buck that you can buy right now as far as longevity and the overall quality of it, especially after you consider the price of the G502 Hero, which is the exact same mouse with a different updated sensor in it, and it's awesome. You really can't find anything better at that price range. Now, there are some newer mice out nowadays that are more commonly lighter in weight, but they usually come at a much higher cost. It really just comes down to if you like the feel of the mouse, and to an extreme if you're okay with it being just a little bit heavier. For me, it does not bother me. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up my long-term review of the G502. If you're in the market for one or you're considering the G502, I can't express how much I would recommend this mouse. It's great. So it has a yes for me, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments if you like the mouse, if you think it will hold up over time, or if it is something that you're looking to buy. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.